Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Monatui, and today I'm bringing you guys something a little bit different. I was kind of inspired by Worlds, which is, we are currently on the end of day 2 at the time of this recording, to play some VGC. Looked really cool. Also, being at Nationals was just amazing. It really made me want to compete for 2017 when Sun and Moon comes out and the new format is out. They've increased their prizing for regionals. They've really kicked up how things are run for VGC and for Pokemon, competitive Pokemon, so that's going to be really cool. This is the team I built with my friend Garrett. I really wanted to use Mega Aggron just because I saw it had a lot of potential. It beats things like Salamence, it can beat Mega Rayquaza, it checks Xerneas, can live a +2 spread move Precipice Blades from Adamant Primal Groudon, which is incredible. It is just insanely bulky, can take hits, and fires back hits very well. Obviously susceptible to Ice Punch, but I will still be able to hit a lot of things very hard. Oko's Salamence, it hits Rayquaza very hard, like I said. Hits Lando T if people ever run that, but regardless, we're going to get into a game. I also wanted to make sure that things like Kyogre are checked. I've run into this team about 3 times in a row now, and it has not gone well either time. And I think I'm going to change up what I do a little bit. So we're going to lead with Kyogre plus a Moongus, because I know this is Mental Herb. God, this is so annoying, man. Like, 3rd time in a row, this exact team. But we're going to lead with Kyogre and a Moongus, expecting his Smeargle Kyogre lead. I want to bring Rayquaza, and I want to bring... I think I want to bring Weavile. So, he is going to lead Smeargle Ogre as expected. What I'm going to do is just go for the Water Spout, followed by the Spore on the Kyogre spot, as he goes right for a Water Spout, as I am able to knock out the Smeargle, which is great. Like I said, I knew that was Mental Herb Smeargle. I taunted it last game with my Thunders, and it did not work out, so we were able to put the Kyogre to sleep, which is great. I didn't expect him to stay in, but he did, so there's that. I don't have a great switch into Ferrothorn, unfortunately, but let's see. Since his last is probably Rayquaza, I don't really need Kyogre anymore. I think I'm just going to Scald the Ferrothorn and then Grass Knot the Kyogre, as he actually hard switches in his Rayquaza, as I will be able to Scald the Ferrothorn. A burn here would be amazing, as we do get it, which is great, because Kyogre will still not be able to survive that Life Orb Power Whip. But this is still great. We will be able to go out into our Weavile. I think what I want to do is go out into my Rayquaza and click Overheat on the Ferrothorn, and then just protect with my Amoonguss. I think that's the play that we want to do. So he's going to Mega up with Rayquaza. I do protect with Amoonguss. We are able to knock out Ferrothorn, which is great. I do have my Focus Sash intact as well, as he Dragon Ascents my Amoonguss, which is great, because I will be able to follow up my own Dragon Ascent onto his Rayquaza, as he sends out his Kyogre once again. But the Drizzle, of course, does not activate because we do have our Delta Stream, which cannot be regular Drizzle. So what we can do now, just Dragon Ascent the Rayquaza and Grass Knot the Kyogre. Actually, instead of doing that, I'm going to Dragon Ascent the Kyogre and attempt to Spore the Rayquaza, because Dragon Ascent should knock out the Kyogre from where it is at. Kyogre, I think, is a little bit bigger of a threat. We do have Weavile to pick off the Rayquaza. We are able to connect and knock out the Kyogre. I don't think that crit mattered. As we're going to see, he actually goes for an Overheat on my Amoonguss, which is totally fine. But now we can send in our Weavile, and I can just click Dragon Ascent plus Knockoff. I don't have to miss the... or I don't have... actually, I'm going to click Dragon Ascent plus Faint, or Fake Out on the Rayquaza. I don't think I lose this. We're just going to fake him out and then knock him out with the Dragon Ascent on the following turn. He actually survives, which is impressive. But regardless, we win this game 100%. We have our Focus Sash intact. We will be able to knock him out with this, and in fact, we should be able to knock him out with a Feint before that. and we should be able to pick up a win here, which is great. Thankfully, like I said, I knew the team. He brought it, or not even this guy. I've just seen it like 3 times in a row now, so I'm not sure if somebody from Worlds used it earlier on and people liked it. I know I've done that with the seniors champion of Nationals. He brought like a Sizzle or Togekiss Hitmontop team, which is pretty cool, but here we will be able to pick up the victory, and in fact, I'm going to start searching for another one now. Oh, whoop, alright. Team Builder, yeah, so he's just going to forfeit, which is great. We're going to now move on to the next game. I am mid-1400s, which is something to note. My opponent has a very interesting team. Arcanine, Ludicolo, Kyogre. Ludicolo, I'm pretty sure, is like 100% coming, so I feel like I need my Amoonguss. Very cool team. I think Arcanine runs Snarl in this. I haven't really run into an Arcanine yet. What I want to do is lead... I definitely want Thundurus in this matchup. I think I'm going to lead with Amoonguss, Rayquaza. I'm going to bring Thundurus and keep that in the back. And then I'm going to keep Weavile. Do I want Weavile? This is a tough call, man. I think I do want Weavile in the back, as he does lead Kangaskhan, Ludicolo. What I'm gonna do is just, I'm gonna Mega Evolve this, and I think I'm just gonna double protect. Yeah, as he just goes for the double Fake Out, which is totally fine by me. So what I'll be able to do is go for the Spore on the Kangaskhan slot, and then Dragon Ascent the Ludicolo. Ludicolo will be knocked out, as he actually sends in his Arcanine in order to get off the Intimidate. We'll still take a lot of damage from this Dragon Ascent, and he will be able to knock me out with a Double Edge, but he will be, I will be able to put his Kangaskhan asleep, which is very nice. So, what I can do now is send out my Weavile and attempt to knock off the Arcanine as I Grass Knot the Kangaskhan. I don't care what his Arcanine switches out into. We did see he had the... Did he have Thunder? I forget who he had back, but we're able to knock out the Arcanine. He actually had the Splash Plate, so I guess Hidden Power Water or something like that, but we will be able to knock out Kangaskhan with the... we will be able to weaken the Kangaskhan with the Grass Knot, of course. He's going to send out his Ludicolo. I cannot Rage Powder versus this thing. What I can do, however, is go into my... What I'm going to do is Grass Knot the Kangaskhan and then switch out into my Thundurus. Hopefully he stays asleep, which he does. He actually does not Fake Out. He just Ice Beams my Amoonguss, which does not take a lot of damage from that at all, which is very nice. What I'll be able to do now is Rage Powder and Thunderbolt the Kangaskhan to knock it out. Like I said, Rage Powder does not affect Grass type, so he'll be able to attack me, but he will be able to wake up, and he is just going to Sucker Punch the Amoonguss. Obviously, that does not work, and I will be able to Thunderbolt and knock him out. Thundurus will be able to take this hit very easily, and now he has one Mon left, which is his Kyogre. It is a Primal Kyogre. Getting the Rain Up, which is definitely a little bit scary, but I think what I want to do, because I know I should live any hits. But what I'm going to do is Grass Knot the Kyogre and then Thunder Wave the Ludicolo. I need to neutralize that threat. He is going to attack the Thundurus with his Ludicolo. Will not be able to knock me out. Pops my Citrus Berry. Amoonguss will be able to survive, get off this Grass Knot, which is great. Because now what I will be able to do is... what I'll be able to do is now protect with my Amoonguss, and then hit this Kyogre with a Thunderbolt. Which is great. So we do connect on Kyogre. Does not knock it out, of course. However, he's going to go for Origin Pulse, which will knock out our Thundurus as he scalds my Amoonguss. But what we can do now is... Yeah, so what I'm going to do is Grass Knot the Ludicolo and then just knock out Kyogre with a Feint. He does go for the Protect, but I will be able to knock it out because Feint does, of course, break Protection. If he does get full Paralyzed here, that would be great. He does not, but the Rain goes away. We do live the Scald. And now, because he is paralyzed, I believe we will be able to knock him out with a combination of Grass Knot plus Knock Off, even if we are unable to. Yeah, Knock Off just straight up Okos, and so we were able to play that game very well. Getting rid of the... That's something I also got to think about, because even though it looked like I did that on purpose, I completely forgot that getting rid of Kyogre got rid of the Rain. So we were able to knock out the Kyogre with Feint, get rid of the Rain, and then Scald was unable to knock out my Weavile, which was great. I think even if we got burnt, we should have been able to win that game. Knock Off plus Grass Knot plus another Grass Knot should have been able to knock him out. So that is another win for us. We are going to move on to the next battle. Man, VGC is so fun, even though this format is something a lot of people don't enjoy because of the over-centralization of things like Primal Groudon and Smeargle Zern, Groudon Zern, things like that. It's a lot of fun to play, especially when you have creative teams kind of like this. So this, I'm pretty sure, is Wolf Click and Marcus's team. So he's got Assault Vest, Raichu, he's got the Mega Gengar, he's got Rayquaza, Primal Kyogre, Bronzong as well. So he has the double Fake Out as well. What I want to do is lead Weavile. It outspeeds both of his Fake Out users, and it puts in a lot of work versus his team. What I also want to do is bring... I think I do want to bring a Moongus just to put things to sleep, and then I am going to bring Rayquaza as well. And then we're just going to bring Kyogre along with it, because Kyogre puts in a lot of work as well, being able to hit things very hard. So he's going to lead with Raichu Kyogre. I'm totally fine with this. I'm going to Fake Out the Raichu, and I'm going to I'm actually going to Rage Powder. Whatever be worse. But no, I'm just going to Grass Knot the Kyogre. So I'll be able to Fake Out the Raichu, get some nice damage off onto it. Regardless of what he does with Kyogre, I'm okay with it. He probably knocks out my Weavile here, but there's not much else I can do. Let me think about this a little bit more. I have my own Kyogre. Obviously, I don't want to switch into Raichu on that. Yeah, I think Fake Out the Raichu, Grass Knot the Kyogre is my best play. I'll be getting nice damage off onto the Kyogre, which is one of the biggest threats to my team. Put it in range of Dragon Ascent from my Rayquaza. Weaken the Raichu a bit as well, put that in range of Dragon Ascent from Rayquaza as well, since Raichu is very frail on the physical side. Surprisingly bulky with the Assault Vest, but like I said, we're just going to Fake Out the Raichu and Grass Knot the Kyogre here. As he switches out his Raichu into the Hitmontop, good play on his part, but we will be able to obviously get a little bit of damage off on the Hitmontop. He switches out with his Eject button. He also has that. Forgot that's a thing. He'll probably knock out our Weavile, like I said, but we will be able to get nice Grass Knot damage off onto my Amoonguss, onto his Kyogre, which will be very, very nice. So we'll see what he decides to do. Or what he decides to go into. It is back out into the Raichu. He is going to Water Spout. Weavile's going to go down. That crit did not matter, but we will be able to weaken this Kyogre with the Grass Knot, which is very, very nice. So now what we can do is go out into our Rayquaza and then just go for the double Protect, because I'm pretty sure he's going to Fake Out my Rayquaza and then go for an Icy Wind or an Ice Beam. I forget which one this one has, so we'll definitely see. Maybe not the best time to play this right after Worlds, because everyone's going to want to be building the teams and whatnot, but we're going to see. We're going to go for the double Protect here, as he does go for the Fake Out on my Amoonguss, as well as the Ice Beam onto the Rayquaza. So what we'll be able to do now is... I'm kind of expecting Kyogre to Protect or switch out, so what I actually want to do is Dragon Ascent the Raichu, and then go for the Rage Powder. I think that's my best play. In case he does attack with Kyogre, I'll still be able to redirect it onto Amoonguss. Also, Dragon Ascent will do a ton to this. Also, if he Volt Switches with his Raichu, I'll be able to keep my Rayquaza's Sash intact, which is really, really nice. So we'll see what he decides to do. I could Spore the Kyogre, but no, like I said, Rage Powder is just my best play overall. He actually switches out into the Hitmontop, which will not appreciate this attack whatsoever, as we go for the Dragon Ascent and knocks it out. I believe the crit did not matter, could be wrong about that though. Amoonguss is going to take the Ice Beam relatively well. Not great, but relatively well, as he now will probably switch back out into the Raichu. Raichu would probably be his play of choice. His last is probably Rayquaza, but he does send out the Raichu once again. What I'm going to do now is switch out my Rayquaza and then just protect. Yeah, just protect with my Amoonguss. Yeah, switch out into Kyogre and then protect with the Amoonguss. The Intimidate's gone, which is really nice. I'll be able to have full-powered Dragon Ascents, which is great. We'll see what he decides to go for here. I expect Raichu to go for a Fake Out, probably onto the Rayquaza slot, but we'll see what he decides to do. We are switching out Rayquaza into Kyogre, as he actually pulls a double switch into his own Rayquaza, as we'll see what the Kyogre does. Kyogre actually goes for an Ice Beam onto our own Kyogre, which is totally fine. I'm very okay with this. Because what I will be able to do now is go for an Icy Wind and Rage Powder with my Amoonguss, which means that he will not be able to Dragon Ascent my Kyogre and knock it out. We will be able to get off an Icy Wind, slow down both of my opponent's Pokemon, and then follow up with an attack for my Rayquaza. And also breaking Rayquaza's Focus Sash, which is very, very nice. So we'll see what he decides to go for. Also, if we do hit the Kyogre, we will be slowing that down, guaranteeing our own Kyogre to outspeed it. So this is going pretty well for us, I think. This is something I noticed when I was watching VGC. I was like, yeah, this guy's screwed, and then they like pull it back easily. So again, this is a learning experience for me. Like, I haven't played a lot of VGC in my history, but we actually end up hitting the Raichu with the Icy Wind, which I am totally okay with, slowing that thing down. Our Kyogre should be able to outspeed it now, as he just goes for the Ice Beam and knocks out our Amoonguss, which again, I am totally okay with. Because we... Last is Rayquaza. I think I want to Icy Wind and then protect with my Rayquaza. If I can live anything with my my Kyogre, if he Volt Switches, that's fine. I'll live it. I'll be able to hit the Rayquaza with the Icy Wind. I'll get some more damage on this Raichu. Slow down the Kyogre even further. He sends out his Rayquaza on the attack. We are going to protect with our Rayquaza, as he does Fake Out with the Kyogre. So very good play on his part. However, what I will be able to do is go for another Icy Wind, as well as a Dragon Ascent into the Rayquaza slot. Yeah, I think I do want to Icy Wind Dragon Ascent. Or do I just want to get rid of the Raichu? Yeah, I think what I want to do is Icy Wind and then target the Raichu. That'll be able to knock it out. I think Dragon Ascent OHKOs this thing from where it's at. I could be wrong about that, but I know -1 does over half to this thing, which is gross. He does protect Rayquaza, which is great. We'll be able to hit the Raichu. Does not knock it out, unfortunately, so our Sash will more than likely be broken, as our Kyogre actually outspeeds his Raichu. So we are able to get rid of the Raichu, which is great. And now I should be able to win with the combination of Rayquaza and Kyogre versus the combination of his Rayquaza and his Kyogre. So what I'm going to do here is once again just go for the... I'm actually just going to go for the Scald onto Rayquaza. Is that my play? No, my play is just Icy Wind. Icy Wind followed with the... Extreme Speed to hit the Rayquaza. Nah, there's no point in Extreme Speeding, is there? Yeah, I'm just gonna Icy Wind Dragon Ascent the Rayquaza. We will see what my opponent decides to do. Yeah, we'll just see what he decides to do. I have to get rid of his Rayquaza as soon as possible. Because I believe it's a regular well, it could Mega Evolve now. I think that's his better play, probably just Mega Evolving, going for a Dragon Ascent onto my Kyogre. I think I stick with my play. It's kind of like it's kind of 50-50 here, right? Because if his Kyogre protects as I go for a Dragon Ascent on it, that's really good for him. But it's really tough. So I'm hoping his Kyogre goes for the Protect here. He shouldn't Protect with his Rayquaza. He went for it the last time unless he wants to go for a double Protect. But I really think he could Protect with his Kyogre. But if he does not Protect with his Kyogre and goes for the attack, then I'm kind of screwed. So we'll see what he decides to go for. I'm really hoping I can live a Dragon Ascent from this thing. I doubt I can on Kyogre just because I'm not bulk invested on max speed. So we'll see. Maybe his Rayquaza will be adamant. He does Mega Evolve with his Rayquaza. We are able to hit that thing with the Dragon Ascent. Let's see what he decides to go for. He does Dragon Ascent my own Rayquaza, however, which means we will be able to knock out his Rayquaza with the Icy Wind. Hits the Kyogre, of course, and will be able to knock out the Rayquaza despite the Delta Stream. So he goes for the Origin Pulse, does connect on both parties. However, we are faster than him, we have more HP than him. Our play is Scald. He does have Origin Pulse actually, which does hurt me more, but he can miss his Origin Pulse, and it's not going to be doing a lot of damage to me. We're just going to fire off a Scald to get some nice damage. We do get the burn. I think that seals up the game. He's going to Origin Pulse, will not be able to knock me out, even with a crit on the following turn. So now we will just fire off another Scald. Actually, my best play is just to Protect. No reason not to. Just go for the Protect, and then we can Scald and knock out the Kyogre. So that was a really good game. I feel like I'm getting more into the mind of how to play VGC, which is definitely a lot of fun. That game was definitely a little bit intense. The play of Dragon Ascenting the Raichu, being able to knock it out by doubling up on it with the Dragon Ascent plus Icy Wind was really great. How long have we been going? 23 minutes. We will get one more for you guys. And we were able to pick it up immediately. Bernie Sanders, VGC. Alright, good to see some presidential candidates getting into this children's game. I guess he's not really a candidate anymore because Hillary overtook him or whatever. That whole thing's a mess, I don't care. Let's see. So, Rayquaza's huge here for sure. Dialga's a problem, but I think Aggron actually puts in a lot of work. What I'm going to do is go with... What I want to do is go Rayquaza, Amoonguss. I want to bring Aggron. And then I really want to bring Kyogre. I see leads with Smeargle, Dialga. So I can't Mega Evolve Rayquaza because I have Aggron. Gotta remember that. What I want to do is Dragon Ascent the Smeargle. And just Rage Powder. I think that's my play. If he has Dark Void, he'll get it off unless he's not Focus Sash. We'll see what he does. If we go for the Dragon Ascent, he is not Focus Sash. That is great. We will be able to knock out Smeargle, and then he actually sets up a substitute with his Dialga. So good play on his part. He has leftovers as well. That's going to be very annoying to deal with. He does send out his Salamence now. And I think what I'm going to do is switch out into my Aggron and attempt to Spore the Salamence, as of course he is able to knock us out. So what we're going to do now, since we're a little bit in a bad situation, is we're going to go... definitely not the best situation, but we can go out into our Kyogre. I'm going to... Ice Punch the Dialga and then fire off an Icy Wind. I will be able to live a Double Edge from Salamence. I can live one, and then Icy Wind will be able to knock it out, and then hopefully I win a speed tie versus Dialga if it is a speed tie. So we'll see what he decides to do here. Aggron also will be able to take any hit that anything wants to go for here, which is very, very nice. We'll see what he decides to go for. Very cool team that he has. I'm not entirely sure what Dialga does. He does Protect, which is the smarter play. However, we will be able to hit the substitute as he hits me with a Dragon Pulse, which is very smart. However, what we can do now, since I'm pretty sure he's going to target Kyogre with Mence, we're just going to Ice Punch the Salamence and attempt to knock it out as we do Protect with our Kyogre. Hopefully I get that right. Hopefully he doesn't sub again with his Dialga. I can see him doing that though. It's probably his best overall play. We do Protect with our Kyogre as he attempts to double edge it, as he does just actually double target the Kyogre, so we're able to get rid of Salamence for pretty much free there, which is great. That's definitely really good for us. He does send out his Groudon, however. I actually don't think I care. I do have Rayquaza in the back, so I'll be able to go out into that and click Scald against this Groudon, which is what I'm going to do. Hopefully he does not Protect with Groudon, as he does, so good play on his part. However, he actually goes for the Trick Room. Ooh. Okay. But I'm going to go for the Overheat on Dialga, and then once again attempt to Scald the Groudon. I think I live one Precipice Blades from here, could be wrong about that though. Actually, I think my play is Dragon Ascent the Groudon and Scald the Groudon. So he's going to Precipice Blades, that will be able to knock out Kyogre assuming he hits. But what's really nice now is Aggron outslows everything on my opponent's side of the field. So I will be able to just go for the Dragon Ascent on Dialga and knock out the Groudon with Aqua Tail, assuming he does not Protect with his Groudon. Which would be wonderful. I'm pretty sure that should be in range of Aqua Tail. I know it's a Primal Groudon and whatnot, but yeah, let's see. Yep, we are able to knock out the Groudon with Aqua Tail, which is great, as his Dialga goes for a sub, which we will be able to break with the Dragon Ascent, which is amazing. Aggron putting in such nice work right now. So what we're going to do is... I think we're just going to Dragon Ascent plus Ice Punch, get as much damage as we can. He actually goes for Protect to get a little bit of leftovers back. I don't think that's going to matter. We're just going to Dragon Ascent, Ice Punch once again, and we'll do the same on the following turn. Ice Punch will do probably like 25%. I don't expect to do much, even though we are max attack Aggron. He can't knock out our Rayquaza, obviously, because we do have the Focus Sash. So Ice Punch does very little damage as he does Dragon Pulse the Aggron once again, but we will be able to fire off another Dragon Ascent, which is great. I'm out of Dragon Ascent. Fuck. Whoops. But what we'll be able to do is just Ice Punch the Dialga as he does Protect. I forgot this thing is pressure. We're going to overheat the Dialga, fire off an Ice Punch. I think we lose now. Damn you, pressure. I should have been counting that. It's my fault. Probably more noticeable on Wi-Fi, but Overheat does a ton of damage, actually. So I think, and we actually survived, so we will be able to win this game. Nice. Okay, so Aggron putting in some nice work, being able to Aqua Tail that Groudon. I'm really glad I made that Dragon Ascent play. GG. I'm really glad I made that Dragon Ascent play on the Groudon earlier, weakening it for Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail does not knock out Groudon from full with the Airlock. It does knock it out from full with the Heavy Rain Up, but obviously not with the Airlock because Groudon has ridiculous defenses. So that was really nice. Very good game. I think we're going to call it there. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm probably going to upload some more of this. I'm not entirely sure how much more. Maybe I won't at all and I'm a liar, but I really am looking. I'm looking to get into VGC. This was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to compete in 2017, in maybe a regional, maybe go to nationals and compete, hopefully get to worlds. I don't really expect a lot of that to happen, but it would be awesome. Even just competing in regionals would be really, really cool. So once again, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.